All right, everybody, we are back for our last part of today's episode, which I think may be slightly on the shorter side, but we'll see. You guys have finished taking your rest.
We might die.
Yeah,
We
all kinds
die.
of things could happen.
Hello, Vintner, dead.
You might run into a stiff breeze, and we might have
Yeah.
to roll initiative.
Basically, what's
yeah.
going to happen here?
Pretty much.
You guys have taken
We're
some
gonna
time, rested, slightly caught your breath. An interesting thing that happened is that, Cal, you got a chance to study the book that you got from Theros, and you've now
Yes.
attuned to your Void Piercer.
I have.
Do you want to talk a little bit about what that lets you do?
Sure, let's take a look here. So it looks like it gives me some spells that I can use a charge, and does it recharge
At dawn.
at dawn? Okay,
Yeah.
so it's like Satus's.
Just like
it
Satus's
recharges every
loot.
day.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, I can cast Creation, Hallucinatory Terrain, Major Image, Mirror Image, Mislead, Silent Image, Nice Stool's Magic Aura, or Phantasmal Force. To you, this book is a magical spell book. To anyone else, the book appears to be a volume of incredible, dense philosophical discourse on the value of appearances versus reality.
I think that should be incredibly dense. Like, just kind of a,
Yeah.
makes your eye immediately glaze over.
Yeah, exactly. As an action, you can change the book's appearance and alter the apparent content of its pages. I'm not sure why I would need to do that, but when found, the book contains the following spells.
The ones you just listed.
The ones I just said. It functions as a spell book for you.
Which you're
while
not a
you are-
wizard, but in case you were a wizard, they would let you do that.
Yeah, but now I'm kind of wizardy. While you are holding the book, you can use it as a spellcasting focus. The book has 3 charges, and it regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. You can use 1d3. What's a d3?
A D3 is you put it into a computer and you roll a D3, or you roll
Yeah.
a D6, and 1 and 2 counts as 1, 3 and 4 counts as
Oh, I
2,
see.
5 and 6
Yeah,
counts as 3.
I see. When a creature you can see makes an intelligence investigation check to discern the true nature of an illusion spell you cast, or makes a saving throw against an illusion spell you cast, you can use your reaction and expend 1 charge to impose disadvantage on the roll. Aura of Deception. While attuned to this artifact, which I am, you gain +2 bonus to deception checks. Woohoo! Oh my god, I have +14 to deception. How is that possible?
At this
Wow.
point, Cal's lies sound more convincing than when she tells the truth.
Yeah. Okay. And Discerning Eyes. While attuned to this artifact, you gain +2 bonus to your intelligence score. Very cool.
That D3 thing, Emma, is that, as one of my favorite D&D YouTubers, Z Bashu, puts it, the people that make this game have to be careful, because a lot of the people that play this game are assholes. And so,
Yes.
therefore, if you have an object that is 3 charges, they could have just said it regains 1d4 charges at dawn.
Yeah.
And I think that most
Yeah.
common sense people would sort of say, like, well, if you roll a 4, it just goes back to 3. But the assholes would be like, no, it regains 4 charges, so it can now go higher than whatever. So you have
I
to do
see,
things
I
like
see.
1d3 to make sure that it is like, no. Let's get like very specific about the maximum that this can regain.
I see.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So there we are.
Alrighty. Anything else you want to do in this temple?
Should we pray?
We could pray.
It's not really our vibe, is it?
It's not really, but we can use all the help we can get. I'll say a little prayer to the Night Star.
Roll me a d20.
17.
There is a wisp of wind around you, and you seem to hear, "Find my temple in Long Branch." very subtly, to the point that it might have been your imagination, but you thought you heard it.
I think I heard something.
You did?
I think so. I think we should find the Temple of the Night Star in Long Branch.
Okay.
She's been very good to me.
Yep, that's a steer.
I like her. Okay.
I'm happy.
What do you think, Volt?
He will snap his jaw and kind of, give a slight affirmatorily sounding growl.
Great. Fantastic. All right. Well, that's something.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody can help us a little bit.
Absolutely. We're going to check out Maeve. We're going to check out the temple.
Yeah.
Stop 1, stop 2, and stop 3 is death. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be...
Step 1?
Yeah. It's going to be... It's great. Got a direction, back on the road.
Yeah. It's how we do best.
We can recover our spirits, Cal. Nothing to be worried about at all. It's all
Nothing.
good.
Nothing.
It's all good.
At all.
We've achieved a lot.
We have.
Yeah.
We have.
In a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were saying all those bad things that happen and all our
the
failures.
murder,
the
losses.
murder and the losing stuff. But we also gained some stuff. And we,
Volt nods his head like, yes, yep.
Yeah, like you, buddy. And we got all the void piercers. We did it. We just lost some and or our companions. So, but I personally am looking forward to reuniting with Satus with all our void piercers and our dragons. Putting that in the universe. Manifest it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm trying this whole positivity thing, okay?
No, I like it. It's kind of a bit different.
Yeah, it's a little different from before, but
The new cow.
yeah, it's a new cow.
New cow for a
Brand
new day.
cow. Yes, exactly.
Hey,
Bring the
but
sunshine.
if you look at it a certain way, this is like the most soul debt free that Cal has been. She's got the Dark
true.
Denizen off her back. She's cleared
That's
the books
true.
with the Curator.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I do feel, even though things are not ideal, I feel a great weight has been lifted.
And that's awesome.
Fair enough.
And your spellbook seems fantastic.
It seems pretty cool. I'm excited to
understand it.
use it.
Adopted
yeah.
father still in Razak's hands.
Oh yeah, forgot about
Oh,
that
yeah.
too. Yep.
We've got more things we can be sad about if we really rack our brain.
Yeah.
Statue guy.
Yeah, you could have asked
yeah,
Demetria to undo what she did to Captain Severin, and you didn't.
Oh,
Damn it.
damn it.
Damn it.
Maybe we
I
can
never have liked her.
No, I have never liked her either. I liked Theros much more. I wish I had not killed him.
Let's get out of
Yeah,
here.
Volt
Cal.
is like
Let's
nudging
leave.
the back of your leg a little bit, like, let's get the show on the road.
Let's go.
This temple has not been good for anyone.
Let's muse on the road.
Yeah.
So as you emerge, you actually get a much better sense for how the heck this weird Aldoran structure has gone unnoticed, because the door to the exterior, as you open it, you realize that it is behind a wall of vines that have grown over it. And it takes a little bit of kind of Helena hacking at it with her standard issue non-icebreaker longsword to be able
family sword.
to cut
Yeah.
through and actually get the door to open. And you realize that it is sort of in the middle of these craggy, sharp rock formations. And it would kind of take somebody flying overhead and looking down to even realize that this thing is there. It is very, very, very well hidden as structures go. And roll me a survival check.
Oh dear.
Survival. 5?
I get a non-natural 1.
You spend about 3 hours lost
Oh no! Oh no!
dear.
Yeah. Oh dear.
before
Was Satus the maps person?
finally,
He was.
you upset a hive of wasps. You run afoul of a small family of bears, which you back away from.
Ah!
They're a small family. They're small bears,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Cal gets her foot stuck in a puddle of mud, and it takes a little while to like pry it out. By the time that you
Gross.
arrive on the road, popularly known as the Watchway, this road that connects several major cities in Veldria, you have been stung, are muddy, and slightly worse for wear, having scrapped some of your cloaks as you ran away from the bears. But you have done it. You are on the road in Veldria.
Did it.
This day just gets better and better. I
Yeah.
have to say,
It's-
everything
you
that we
know-
do makes us better. What?
I think this is just the challenge, at the beginning of the day means that the rest of the day is going to go smoothly. That's what my dad always said.
You know what, Cal? I agree, because
Yes.
I am bored of being miserable. I am determined to be cheerful. Things are obviously going to be great from this moment on.
Exactly. Why don't you tell me
I want the
about
life.
your
I want the
brand?
life philosophy book as written by Helena. Are you sad?
What
Are you
would your
worried?
brand
That's
say?
boring. Be happy.
My gran would get on with it, so
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
gonna...
So this is actually a good segue into speaking of Helena's family. We know that Helena is a fighter from the Veldran Empire. But Beth, do you have any thoughts about where in Veldria Helena is from? Like, are you from sort of the coast area, which is where Linvale, the capital, is? Are you from sort of the southern areas, which are more farmlands and kind of mild weather? Are you from the sort of more northern areas where things are a little rockier and harsher and where there are a lot of military encampments? Like where in general were you thinking? I know that you have the background that you have, but there are wealthy and noble families literally all over the country. Like, there are Downton Abbeys to be had in every corner of Veldria.
Yeah, we're a bit more dilapidated than all that, I guess. I think we have quite a sort of decaying-ish house estate that was quite an unsuccessful farm, whether that's because we're just unsuccessful farmers or we were farming in an inhospitable area.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? So I guess, yeah, I would say north,
Okay,
perhaps.
cool.
But a kind of slightly removed from nearby neighbours, a little bit left out of things.
In that case, there is a good chance that Long Branch is one of the sort of, when your family had cause to go to a city, Long Branch was probably the nearest major metropolis in that area.
Yes.
You would know the city very well. There would obviously be things that you would have to go to Linvale, the capital, for, just for sort of anything that was an official government business or anything of that sort. But I think that in that case, you are extremely, extremely well versed in all matters to do with the city of Long Branch.
Great. Well, we won't get lost again then.
Yeah.
Very good.
No, but it is one of these things that, like, once you are on the Watchway, it is like, okay, I got it from here on out. You do not need to make a single check to make it to Long Branch.
Great.
Although, do me a quick favor, and both of you roll me perception checks.
Eight.
5
Okie dokie.
again.
Oh dear, because we ought to be looking out for sort of signs of evil.
Yes. Portents
Oh,
of
thank
evil,
God.
if you will.
You've been walking for a couple of hours when you hear Volt growling slightly, and he will nudge you in the back, Cal.
What is it?
He will
is it,
gesture with his head towards the side of the road where there is a wooden sign that, just sort of says, Long Branch this way, Keystone that way, Linvale this way, this marketplace that way. But standing on top of it is a very curious thing. It is a squirrel wearing a red clown costume with a little red hat and holding 4 red helium balloons in one hand and jumping up and down and waving at you.
Curator?
Maybe.
Jumping up and down and waving at you.
Oh, what a cute and highly suspicious squirrel. This isn't normal for Veldria, just so you know, Cal. Just don't want you to get the wrong idea.
Not common to find
It is
squirrels dressed
not,
this way.
not one of Veldria's famous clown squirrels.
No, unheard of. Not a thing. I have been away a while, but not a thing.
Okay. Well,
The squirrel is doing pirouettes.
I feel like I want to talk to the squirrel.
Okay, then.
Okay. Hello.
The squirrel
good
is very
squirrel.
excited and is just kind of, gesturing at you up and down.
I can see you're very excited. Can we help you?
It will reach behind it into its tail and pull out a long silver needle. It will then,
Why would you-
gesture at the needle and then pull down on its balloons and bursts one of them. And as it does, there is this pew, small burst of light that forms itself into the words. Like to play games? Like to have a good bet? Like to gamble? Pokes another balloon. This time in a different color. The first burst was red, the second one is green. Like to win fabulous prizes? And then it'll arrange itself into the shape of a sword. Pew! Now in blue. Come see the Curator. Circus of the Final Opportunity. Pew! Outside of Long Branch, next 7 days. And with that, the squirrel will hold out a paw, as if expecting a tip.
I give it
I'll toss
a
a
coin.
Yeah, I'll toss a coin.
And with that, the squirrel scurries off into a nearby tree.
Toss a coin to your squirrel.
Your boyfriend's got
yeah.
style.
He is not my boyfriend.
No.
No.
I know. Okay.
Okay. Well, isn't that convenient?
Yes. Hell yes.
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 We are gonna get Icebreaker.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, Icebreaker back.
Yes.
We will do it. Maybe I just had a horrible idea.
What was your horrible idea?
My horrible idea was that we could go get the ice statue of Captain Severin
Mm-hmm.
and maybe bargain with that.
The Curator had statues of people when you first met him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just turns people to stone, doesn't he?
Volt
He's
is
kind of-
looking at you like that's a terrible idea.
I know it is. But listen, I'm just brainstorming here. But we're gonna get it back. No question.
Yeah. Yeah.
No
Curator
question.
first, May first. Curator first, May first.
Maybe May 1st, because he's going to be there the next 7 days. And I'd kind of like to check in with her and see if she's heard anything about Satus. Or something else. Anything.
Okay. Cool. We'll continue on our way. What games did we play with the Curator last time?
It was all kind of
Brain stuff.
yeah.
Oh,
I know that
dear.
riddles. I know that riddles were one of
Yeah.
them. Hang on, let me look in the portfolio.
Yeah.
We did. We had a series of difficult riddles. We did not play Wellywagging, as we all know.
We did not.
That
but
I
think
believe
we
that
should.
was the origin of Wellywagging.
Yeah.
Played riddles. Many, many riddles.
Yeah, I believe that Riddles was the game that you played with him. He was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but he was also open to a game of Dragon Chess, One second.
Dragon chess.
Dragon chess.
You good at chess, Kat?
I might be.
Ooh.
Probably not as good as Satus, but
Well, neither of us are.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did a classic Gabriel Urbina thing, which is that I wrote the curator is willing to bet against the PCs and will just read games to them. And then I wrote down Dragon Chess, the game of enigmas, which is what you guys played, and then didn't write it down a third option. So I don't know what I was thinking.
Well,
I'll look over my rougher notes and figure it out.
We'll have to revisit that. Luckily, it all lives on our YouTube channel. YouTube.com/
Yes, that's right.
20 to midnight.
Thank you, Emma.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, onwards.
Okay, onwards. Yeah.
Alrighty. Roll.
So-
Uh-huh.
No, I was just gonna make small talk.
You're just going to chew the fat.
Yeah. I was gonna ask about your beloved because
Oh, yeah?
we've heard about her, but is she near here? Do you want to go visit her or?
I mean, yes, but it's difficult, isn't it? Like with your folks,
Yeah,
when
Yeah.
we involve people.
I
It's-
understand.
It's very difficult because if the world's going to end, sure would like to say hi, but
Yeah.
also if I can stop the world ending.
Faster
know.
by not saying hi. Yeah, I understand. Well,
She's great though.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to meet her.
Yeah.
Whenever-
well, maybe
whenever-
when all this is over, you
Yeah.
will. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
get married and you and Satus will come and the dragons
Yeah.
will be there and it will be
Yeah.
great.
It will be great. Oh,
Yeah.
won't that be wonderful?
Yeah.
And I will not be getting married anytime soon until I have better instincts.
Hey, you know,
It happens to the best of us.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not like you married any of these people. It's just
No,
a vibe.
no, yeah, exactly.
They
exactly.
both had cool vibes.
They had cool vibes. Yeah, I think that's
Murdering.
true. Yeah, just kind of evil, it turns out.
Excellent. All right.
All right.
Well, it doesn't take too long before the road empties out into the river bay where the great city of Long Branch is. And approaching from the southern entrance, you don't see a circus, but you very quickly arrive at the city gates. And as you do, there's a couple of things that you can do. Helena, you sort of know where you could find accommodations for the evening. You sort of know where, like, the temple district is. You don't know off the top of your head where there is an Eye of the Storm, but you sort of know where there are a lot of stores that cater to adventurers, blacksmithies. You certainly know kind of like where the university is, and you know that there are a lot of alchemical shops and other sort of libraries that are around that area, and you guess that that is the sort of place where, like, Maeve would find herself at home. So there's kind of a couple of quick places that you could hit on your way to, if you want to try to find an Eye of the Storm.
Cal, I would
forgot.
suggest, yeah?
Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, maybe we take in the shops, see if we can find an Eye of the Storm on the way to head into your Night Star Temple.
Yeah,
You can sort of loop around.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds like a good plan. I had forgotten all about the Night Star. I'm so fickle.
Just tired still.
Yeah. And, you know, a little bit having a constant panic attack, but that's normal in this circumstance, I think. So, yes, I follow you, Helena.
Right. We're going to go check out some cool shops, but
Great.
mainly focusing on finding the Eye of the Storm.
Okay.
Great.
Roll me a d20, both of you.
14.
Okay?
Four.
Okay.
What's up with it?
I don't know what's happening.
Cal, you are very taken in just like by your general surroundings. I don't know if you've ever been in Veldria before, but these
I don't
cities
think Cal would
are
have been. No.
in a way that kind of Serenathi cities are very sort of big and sprawling and kind of go all over. And Amari cities are much more sort of sparsely populated, but very sort of like focused. Veldria is a lot of cities that go upwards. Like these are sort of tall buildings and a lot of sort of like tall stonework. And it is also the sort of thing where there are watchmen and army soldiers in every corner of this city. Like it is a city that takes its security very, very, very seriously. And Helena, you've lived this. This is a country that lives by its martial tradition. Military service, whether it is in the armed forces or the administrative side of the army, is still compulsory for almost all the citizens. But for you, Cal, I think that it is a little bit of a shock, which is why you are not paying attention, but Helena, you are, as you pass by a town crier that is just kind of rattling off news in a street corner. And one does catch your ear as he sort of goes, "Conflict between Amari and Soliana continues. Full third of the country now occupied territory. Naval blockade continuing. Read all about it." And then he moves on to whatever the next news item is.
I think we should get that newspaper.
I agree. We should. That's...
Cheers, love. Interested in getting the day's news?
Yes,
Indeed.
thank you.
Righto. Bet no citizenry quite like an informed citizenry, is there? That'll be 2 silver.
Gosh. Thank you.
All right. Here you are. Enjoy.
Sounds reasonable to Cal, so she's just going to say, there you go.
Fantastic circus sets up shop out of town. Everybody go visit it. Chance to win awesome prizes. Good luck guaranteed.
So, how far are the Solanese Empire doing what?
Apparently various
Yeah.
cities, including both of the ones that you have been occupied by Solanese armed forces. It has not erupted into full-on war just yet. The Solanese are claiming that several plots that were directly a threat to Solanese sovereignty and to the safety of its citizens and its ships have been uncovered in these lands, and several Amari citizens have confessed to being parts of these plans and have given extensive personal testimonies and confessions related to these things. But it is an ongoing event, and tensions between these countries are quite high. You do find a little bit in one of the articles related to situations in Amar that does mention that the most recent champions of the Great Games, 3 individuals in possession of a thing that has been described as a dragon, if that were not absolutely crazy, given that we all know the dragons are extinct, are still missing, as is the Wizard of the Silkran Toll.
Is there any mention of Admiral Razak specifically?
No.
Okay.
And
nothing else.
A different admiral in the Solanese Navy has been credited as being sort of the person in charge of operations and in charge of this occupation, but she is not named individually.
Okay, then keep that newspaper.
Definitely. So she probably has Satus.
Perhaps.
Or
yeah.
he escaped.
Speaking of the whole dragon thing.
Rather,
Yes.
once it did the thumbs up thing again. I'm sorry.
I didn't see it, so.
I think it is. Unfortunately, I think it is showing up in the version of it that goes into OBS, so it is immortalized forever.
Oh, good.
Beth
good.
is having this like in-character moment of painful thought and conflict, and I'm just like, hey!
Hey!
Oh no, it wasn't a painful moment. It's just that Helena finds thinking quite stressful sometimes.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Right. The thought was, as the paper says, much like clown squirrels, dragons are not normal in Veldria either. Obviously, we're kind of getting into this time of heightened magic, so maybe... What are we doing, Cal? What are we thinking?
With
Oh,
Volt?
Jesus, yeah, we didn't talk about this at all. Yeah, like,
Yeah,
did you
yeah.
stroll
just wandering
into Long Branch with Volt? Did you tell him to wait outside town? Is Jeff the elf with you again?
Oh, Jeff.
Oh, Jeff. I mean, I'm hesitant to part from Volt. I'm going to be very honest. I would rather maybe he is Jeff for now, and then maybe we can ask Maeve.
Could you both roll a d20 for me?
I get a natural 20.
I got a natural 1.
What? Absurd.
I like this because this was to determine whether it would occur to either of you that just disguising him as a goat would just be so much simpler and draw so much less attention and be a lot easier for Volt. Like, it would just sort of be like so many less variables. And this does occur to you, Helena. Cal, you are like, he's so much better. Like, he's gotten practice, you know, like
he's so good at
he's
Jeff.
getting so good at Jeff.
Just all in for Jeff.
So do with this information what thou wilt. This is terrible because now we don't have Satus as a tiebreaker.
I know,
Right.
I know.
So, Cal,
Mm-hmm.
I know we all enjoy Jeff.
Literally,
No
as
one
she like is putting the hat on
Yeah.
enjoys Jeff more than I. I just was thinking, and I'm thinking that maybe in Veldria, what would seem more normal than Jeff, great though he is, you know, a goat. We're quite agricultural. There's a lot of goats about.
What do you mean more normal than Jeff?
Well-
Why is Jeff not normal?
Volt is like nodding as Helena says this and kind of
That's just a
gesturing
lot
at
for-
her.
You
for
don't
Volt
like
to have
being
to
Jeff?
do. He's kind of draws attention often. Creates quite a lot of issues for Volt. That being a goat, maybe less.
Huh. It's an interesting thought.
I'm sure
Kinda
there'll be
wild.
other-
Kind of
yeah.
wild out of left field here. But what do you think, Volt?
He'll nod towards Helena emphatically.
At
Oh.
2 Volt. Okay. Well, fine. I guess
Okay.
goat Volt it is.
Goat vote. I
Yeah.
am sure there will be other opportunities where Jeff's services are required. There are just bound to
Thank
be.
you. Thank you.
Volt does so much better as a goat than he does as Jeff.
Great.
Like, you know, he can kind of walk at his normal pace, keeps his wings folded, and like it maybe looks like a slightly uncanny goat, but it would take somebody like really observing it to notice. And as Helena says, there are all kinds of animal and livestock on the streets of the city. You blend in very easily.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Onwards, we're just two friends walking a goat.
Okay,
Great.
roll me another d20, both of you, to see what we find.
I have a 3.
A 3,
An 8.
3 and an
Wow.
8.
Wow. This is bad.
Okay. Helena, do me a quick favor and roll me an intelligence check.
Okay. I get 10.
Okay, great. So something catches your ear, and at first you don't quite know why. Cal, I think that, you know, maybe the reason why you notice this person at all is that he literally almost walks into you. But cutting sort of, you know, like his stride down the middle of the road, talking animatedly to another young man, is this extremely well-dressed young gentleman that has kind of the air of nobility and is talking about, well, I didn't know that was going to happen. How am I supposed to... Jesus Christ, out of my way! And he will sort of, you know, like shove past you. And he'll kind of go, I don't understand why it wasn't explained better. It's not my fault, I tell you. And Beth, it'll take you a second to place him as young Odoran Summerhall. He's had a couple of winters since you last saw him, but he is a young noble in these parts, the sort of eldest boy of a quite rich family, who has a lot of influence and is considered a very eligible bachelor amongst a lot of the local nobility.
Does he know me?
If he knows you, he was very absorbed in his own situation right here and did not recognize you. You have absolutely spoken to him in the past.
Okay.
Whether he would remember you, I think is anyone's guess. You definitely recognize him. You definitely know him. It is by no means someone that you have spent an inordinate amount of time in, but he is sort of someone that would be in the upper echelons of the social circles that the Hailstroms would inhabit.
I think I do tend to find I get on well with posh people. So I'm going to go up to him and reintroduce myself and
Good heavens.
ask him...
Oh,
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
my lord, Helena, Daveron, we'll talk more later. Helena, how are you? It's been too long.
Indeed, very good to see you. It has been a while.
I'm good. How are your aunt and uncle?
They are well, I believe. It has been a little while since I've been in these parts, in fact, so I hope to find them well.
Good.
How are you? How are things in town? You seem to be talking very animatedly just then.
It's this whole situation, Helena. I'm sure that you've seen the signs of this infernal circus that has landed in town.
We saw a sign. We have only just arrived, and I have been away for a long time. What's the trouble with it?
It's fine until the man that runs it, he ordered us to... Well, he didn't order, he offered us, I guess, to go back with him into the private rooms where he had the real action. And he cheated me, Helena. I'm sure of it. I don't know how he had rigged that game, but he had it against me. I assure you. Oh my God, what am I going to do?
Did you lose money, a valuable object?
It's not my fault, Helena. I promise you. I didn't even want it. My family arranged it all, and I thought he was talking about one of my hands. And it's entirely it's not my fault. That's the important thing.
What happened?
I blasted all. My grandfather, he's been pressuring them to let me marry the youngest of the Delancey brats. It's all been arranged now, and well, look, when this man said that he would wager me 50 gold dragons in exchange for one of my hands, for one of the hands that were mine, I didn't think a lot about the phrasing, and well, it turns out that he wasn't interested in either one of my hands. He was interested in the hand that was technically betrothed to me. So now Harriet is stuck there. I don't know what exactly he has in mind for her, but I promise I'm going to fix it. I'm going to talk to Father. I'm going to sort this all out lickety-split. It'll all be fine, Helena. I promise you.
So he has her?
Yes.
And this is a young man, bright blue eyes, very handsome.
Yes.
Slightly evil aura.
Well, now very evil aura, now that I know what his whole
Yeah.
attaché is about.
Yes.
I'm glad we bumped into you. How did this come about? You said it wasn't your fault. You staked your hand. You imagined he would take your
My
hand.
hand, yes. I thought it was eccentric, but, well, you know how good I am at dragon chess. I thought that I could beat him handily.
So to speak.
And now you have...
I am not in the mood, madam, whoever you are.
This is my friend, Calistoga Vance.
Pleasure
Lovely
to
to meet
meet a
you.
young goat herd.
That's my goat, as it happens. Cal is not a goat herd.
Oh, well, pleasure to meet someone in the employ of the Hailstorm Estate.
Indeed.
As I said, Cal is my friend. So, right. Well, we obviously need to get Harriet back and make sure she's safe immediately.
My father will take
Yes.
care of everything, Helena. I'm off to talk to him right now. He'll bring the watch down on this businessman if need be. I assure you, we have it all well in we have it under control.
I think your father, with respect, might be biting off more than he can chew here. We have had some encounters with this individual, and he is more powerful than you might imagine from his appearance.
But what am I supposed to do then? Just sit around and twiddle my thumbs?
No, absolutely not. And I certainly don't intend to. I think we should go down there, Cal.
Okay. Right now, let's do it.
Yes.
Maybe we should just stop by the Night Stars Temple real quick. Or no, let's go. Let's go save Harriet.
This man will raise his hands and go, not that I don't applaud the enthusiasm, but the circus is closed during the daytime. I was there earlier today, and there seems to be no one there. I have no idea where the proprietor
I
goes to
see.
during the daytime. It doesn't open until the sun sets.
Understood. Good. Well, at sunset, we will be there.
All right. Helena, it's great to see you, but really, I must go on to sort this out. Good day. Pleasure to meet you, Madam Goat. Friend. Yes. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Nice to meet you too.
And he will wander off.
Well, looks like the curator's up to his old tricks. I say as if I wasn't being possessed by him less than 24 hours ago.
But he has Harriet, he has my fiancée.
Oh. Harriet,
Yes,
your fiance.
yes.
Oh.
I don't know what to do, Cal.
Well, we've got to save her. That's
Yes.
what we've got to do.
Yes, of course.
And we'll figure out how to get the sword too. I believe in us. We can figure this out.
I just, if it's not there, I mean, what does that mean? Like, where is she? I mean, should we go look now, or?
We could, but I don't know where to look for her. And we know that he'll be there at sunset.
Yeah.
What time is it now?
Probably about 3 p.m.
Okay. If you want to look for her, I will look for her with you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go look. Yeah.
Let's go look.
Okay.
You ask around and very quickly find directions to where in the northern end of the city this circus is encamped. And indeed, as Odoran described, right now tents are set up and booths are there, and there is sort of even kind of, like a small fence around it, but it seems completely deserted. You can go in and you can wander around, and if you poke your head into various of the tents, they are empty until you arrive in the back of the circus, where you see this little garden area around which a hedge has been set up, and in which you spot several familiar-looking stone statues.
Are they the statues we saw before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is promising.
Yep.
If ominous.
Yep.
But
As you start to look through them, you start to see other ones that don't look familiar, ones that are perhaps new additions to the collection.
hey, do any of them look like Harriet?
Investigation check, please.
I don't know what Harriet looks like, but
I can show you.
it's another natural one.
You don't know what she looks like.
I don't know what she looks like.
So Cal starts to go from statue to statue going, is this her? Next one.
Yeah,
Is this her? Next one. Is this her?
Yeah.
Before
God
being
damn it.
summarily silenced.
Yeah.
I have a locket. Look, I have a locket.
Uh-huh.
Let me show you my locket.
Oh, let me take a look. That's a good idea. What is oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helena, how did you do on the investigation check?
I got a 17.
With a 17, in due order, you arrive at the center of the hedge maze, which is a fountain. And standing in the center of the fountain, in a pose that, unlike a lot of the other statues, are not of terror or mid-pleading, looking as though she was in the middle of reading a book, perhaps. You see a statue that matches Harriet Delancey's appearance. And I think that is where we're going to stop for today. And we will pick up this fun sometime soon.
Gonna kill him.
We're gonna kill him.
I think we are.
Him and Razak. We're gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Isn't this a
Where's
fun
Mike
game
when
that
you
we
need him?
play?
Yeah.
Don't we have fun playing this game?
So many problems we got.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I
So
feel like we all
stressed.
need to go get ice cream or something after this session.
Yeah, we do. If only we lived in the same place.
Yeah.
We'd go get ice cream together.
Well, I can't have ice cream these days, but I could go with you guys.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. That's very sad.
It's all right. It happens.
Okay. Well,
Well.
that was an episode of our show.
Mm-hmm.
And where great things happened. Well, thank you so much to everyone who supports us, especially to our patrons on Patreon, and most especially to Rena, who is at our highest level on the Patreon.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rena.
I haven't double checked, but I think there's a new 20 to Midnight Nights up. We did record it.
We'll check whether it's up, but if it isn't by now, it should be up
Yes.
soon. Yes.
Yes.
And both this episode
so-
and the last episode should be up on YouTube momentarily. That is on my to-do list for later today.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Great. And speaking of YouTube, if you're not following us on YouTube, it's we're 20 to Midnight on YouTube.
Mhm.
And please subscribe. It's free, but it helps us. The more subscribers we have, the closer we get to making money off of the videos that right now just YouTube is making money off
Yes.
of. So,
Yes. And we're
so
getting
that-
ever closer.
we are
creeping up.
just like Cal and Helena creeping up onto the Curator. So yeah, I think that's it. And thank you so much to everyone who follows or subscribes on Twitch. We really appreciate
Yes.
that too. And I think that's it. And thank you to Mike
Yes.
who couldn't be here today.
Who couldn't be here
But-
and gave us his blessing to play
Yes.
to play without him and keep
Yes.
on moving ahead, given where we were in the story. But yeah.
Yes. But yeah, I think that's it.
Yep. Well, this has been 20 to Midnight. It has had me, Gabriel Urbina, as its Dungeon Master and Adventure Designer. It is performed by Beth, Eyre, Emma Sherr-Ziarko, and in spirit only today, but very much in spirit and in our hearts, Mike Schubert. It features wonderful original art by Mikaela Buckley and terrific original music by Alan Rohde. And it features sound effects sourced from soundsnap.com. And we will be... I want us to be back soon. I want to find out what's going to happen.
Yeah, I know. This is yet another cliffhanger.
Yeah. Gotta sort it out.
Alrighty, well, we'll be back soon. Stay tuned, and let's find out what happens together. Thank you all.
All right. Thanks everybody.
Bye-bye.